Hello. The title of our poem is Identity Crisis.
What are you?
Is the facial expression that most people have when they look at me. People stare at me as if I were a painting. Everyone is living their life and just minding their business. But when they see something odd, they automatically start staring. I'm like a blue flower in the middle of red roses. Just there, but no one quite understands why. Still struggling to fit in, always being judged, always being looked at. It never stops, like a never-ending cycle. Yes, I'm Mexican. So what? Is there a problem with that? Is a question I ask myself so many times. I didn't choose my ethnicity. It's not my fault. I'm just as innocent as everyone else. So why judge me? I did nothing wrong. People confuse my ethnicity because of the color of my skin. They say, "Oh, you're white," and I respond, "No, I'm Mexican." And I always catch a surprised-looking face when I speak Spanish. It all started at such a young age. I never really cared, never really understood. But I always asked myself why certain kids in my life would call me names. I didn't find it funny, so why did they? I tried to ignore them and continue with my life until I finally understood. I'm not the problem, they are.
What are you?
I'm the product of the lightest and the darkest colors on a paint palette meeting in the middle. The past would say I'm contaminated. Most of the present says I'm perfectly illustrated. People like me are praised and raised on a pedestal for being unique. But when I'm out at Walmart with my mom, others don't know what to think. I guess I can't blame them. I mean, it's such an odd pair, an Asian woman with a brown kid that has a head full of curly hair. But I should be able to be biracial and not have to choose a race, especially when filling out papers and having to choose the one that matches the color of my face. You see, it's such a frustration because my daddy's black and my mom is Asian. People say I sound too white to be black and too light that I lack the struggle of a person of color. A struggle that I lack is being called a mutt and having my parents separated and put into jail, and for what? It was all for Robert and Mildred loving one another. I am thankful for the loving family, but it doesn't end there, because any type of discrimination in history plays a one-on-one game of tag with society for centuries. I am proud of my parents' love for one another, and the blessings they received from their mothers. I now know who I am. I'm a person of two contrasting colors.
What are you? Is a question I receive often. People don't know what I am. Even I didn't know what I was. As simple as it sounded, I didn't know the answer to that question. Like, what was I? I know I wasn't like everyone in my classroom. I know I wasn't fully Mexican, but that's what I identified myself as. I would tell others I was Mexican and they wouldn't believe me. They would say I was too pale or too white, or that my culture did not match my skin tone. My hair was brown and so were my eyes. How did my characteristics not qualify? I was confused. How did someone look Mexican? Was I supposed to look like a plate of frijoles with a tortilla de maíz on the side? Like pan dulce con una taza de chocolate abuelita? As a child, I spoke two languages, something not very many people knew. I was afraid to speak, afraid to be questioned. How could I explain I was Mexican when my appearance couldn't prove it? Now I can say I'm proud to identify myself as a Mexican American. Proud to say I grew up in un rancho where we grew our own crops. Spent my night in la cancha playing soccer and cheering others while eating papitas con salsa valentina y un jugo fruxi. It's those memories that make me proud to say where I come from, not freeing what others have to say about me and my color. Now when they ask, what are you? This question won't turn me down. It'll push me to say, soy mexicana hasta la muerte very proudly.
It's all around me.
I'm not the only one.
I'm not alone.
It doesn't make it better, but together we can pick each other up.